Oops. Trying to have you angled, so. Okay. It probably won't. I don't know why, but it doesn't. Okay, so question number 1 is, what do you think happens after we die? And? Well, what do you think that belief stems from? Like, does religion play a part? Does religion play a part in that? Just things that you've read about? Well, do you believe? Just extrapolate on that. Like, I need you to say, okay, so if you believe your soul leaves your body, like, what happens next? Do you think there's, like, days and nights in the afterlife? Do you think there's a heaven and a hell? So do you think it's not gonna be like, I am Hannah, I am 5'11", like, I am here, but do you think I'm gonna be over there in the same way? So you just think we're, like, floating? Do you believe it in a way that's, like, we're reconnecting with, like, we're just like a little drop in the ocean, and then when we die, we go back? Or do you think, like, okay, this is Earth, and this is the afterlife, and there's no cross between them? No. So then does your belief extend to people who aren't Christian or who don't follow the same faith as you, if you wouldn't technically call yourself a Christian, which I think you would, but not trying to put words in your mouth. So is your implication that people who aren't Christians are going to hell? Okay. Well, I'm only asking what you believe. I said I'm only asking what you believe. I'm not asking what the books you think. Well, that's the way there are people who think like that. If you don't believe in Do you think there's levels? Or do you just think it's black and white? So then people. Okay. Well, there are some belief systems that think that there's levels. Mormons are one of them. So then what would be something that would have someone in your mind end up in heaven? Well, define that for me. So then how do people get to hell? Who do you think runs heaven? So then who do you think runs hell? I love that the audio cut out when you said that. It didn't for the other one. Well, that's funny. So then you said you don't think there's like a day, but do you think people spend time, or I guess the follow-up question is, most people spend time only thinking about the rules of getting into the afterlife, but little on what the experience is actually like. I want you to consider the stickier issues that may come up. For example, can you interact with people who don't speak your language? If your long dead pets are in the afterlife, do you have to feed them and clean up after them? If you were a widow/widower, who are you married to in the afterlife? And do people look as we want them to look, or as they choose to look? Which you kind of already touched on that, but yeah. Um, can you interact with Well, you said in a previous conversation we had, you don't think pets have souls. Only your dog or all the dogs? All the cats? And, like, giraffes and elephants and take it back, take it back. Well, where do they go? Interesting. So where do they go? Egypt. Oh, boy. So do you think that do you think we interact in the same way? Like, if I walk up to you and I say, "It's nice to meet you, my name's Hannah," like, do you think language matters? Do you think politics matter? Interesting. So if another question is, if you were a widow/widower, who are you married to in the afterlife? Assuming, I guess, you remarry. Yeah, I guess that's what the question's asking. I don't know. I just work here. So then the second big question is, how does your belief or lack thereof, obviously you have a belief, in the afterlife affect the ways that you live your life? So basically, if you make any choices that are directly or indirectly connected to your afterlife beliefs, state them. Mhm. Yeah. Do you believe that? Do you believe? Well, okay, but that's a sin. Lying is a sin. Yeah. So, what was I gonna ask? So it's a tooth fairy. Um, what was I gonna ask? I was gonna ask something. Oh, do you think that there's so I mean, I'll preface this with saying, like, Egyptians believed that you were gonna have like a judgment day, but they took out your heart, put it back in, and then put a scarab beetle over it before they wrapped you up and mummified you. So, but the purpose of all of that was to protect your heart on your judgment day so that you couldn't the person asking you, like the God asking you the questions, wouldn't sense you're lying. Like, it would protect you from your own sins, essentially. So, do you think that there's anything when it comes to like burial rituals or choices of death or even care that you receive in the event that you are dying that could impact where you end up or help you or hurt you in any way? Well, that didn't. I was just. I mean, I appreciate the no.